terms of the size.
Position we find ourselves in so late into the season, such low expectations for Cloud9.
Who do you think will qualify for Americas now? I haven't really got many hot takes. Like I literally just think it's just going to be LEV. Sorry, that would be a very hot take actually. I literally just think it's going to be NRG, Loud, and C9. All right. LEV on defense, C9 on attack.
Now they have all the room to go for a fast hit with the Trailblazer.
I did say NRG very early on though, before anyone else did, if that helps. Like mid when everyone was saying they looked awful. That was my hot take. I took my moment for that. Many people weren't saying it. Everyone thought they were going to actually play Keith Joy. Okay, they get over towards site. It's a good plant. But we actually have no one prioritizing the main pause, but they at least take this bit of map control.
He got bullied.
Yeah, I kind of don't like their map control at the moment in terms of C9. Not got too much.
Going to help things a little bit. Mazino's able to get the first, traded back though. Cloud9 still with control of the site. You've got
3 people here. We got any Viper mollies?
He may hit an incredible timing here while you still
oh wait, love this from Zeppa. Might have just owned this. Yeah, he goes all the way around. Okay, now they have the map control that I wanted to see.
Because they aren't. I mean, they're not even on it. They just now got on it. That first flank now dealt with. It's all going to be the fight up front.
Yeah, nicely done here. Really good. Big shout out to Zeppa. Likes his decision making here. And LEV honestly just a little bit slow, searching quite a lot.
And falling so far away. Just in the sense of time,
yeah, Zeppa was great here.
So much of it, and
in terms of this buy, just heavy priority on the armor.
Denying any of the utility from going down on the Cloud9 side. That is an interesting decision, but one that Leviatan, I mean, I kind of expect
grabbed a ton of attention. Yeah, there was like 2 people searching for him, right? And he was already here.
Non-discipline. They're gonna go all straight up into A main and try to duel against players of Cloud9. It's quiet though. I like this.
Element of surprise still in hand, and it's just dismissed. Cool idea.
Yeah, I'd like to see this at least. At least they're fine to just instantly leave this. They didn't want to fight. No one was trying to get any ecos or anything like that. We like that. Rooney's gonna get his orb for this one, prioritizing the good ult as well, making it nice and early.
Trap or something like that. Other than that, they go for widespread normal play. So see them mixing it up almost twice so far.
They're not really known for being brawly. Shy with nowhere to go. Stuck between a molly and a hard place, and now Taco's in.
It's a nice way of handling this. I liked it. One gun rebuy, but it's probably just going to be a pistol thrown over. We have the armor rebought.
Because he's been playing so much Jet. And like Josh said at the top, actually all the devs.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting, right? This is the main change-up. I can't remember if they did this last time they played, but
in Americas, when he's playing so
definitely
much
looks like they're struggling a little bit on this map if they're thinking of taking Taco off.
See how comfortable he is.
Yeah.
See whether he can actually find some value based off of the rest of the util, because there's not really any combinations here for the Raze and the composition. But obviously, it's just such a powerful tool no matter what. Boombot, nade, all of that, and he's gone immediately.
Holy hell! So they do the NA buy, they get 1 rifle on top of this, manage to get the fast kill, and it's a good amount of damage so far. Turns into like a weird... Oh my god, he's going so fast.
And they lost the first fight.
Rooney's gonna have to win this one too, but he's
damn, he really sped that one up. I thought he was gonna try and play this one slow. Okay, not too bad from LEV, but nicely done from C9. They got 3 kills into this one, so this is a big swing round.
That one is surprising for Cloud9 to lose, given the first pick. And also, I think the util went really nicely for them, but it was Nosworth. Yeah, that's just really nicely handled.
He almost got the 3rd there.
And Mazzino's able to trade that one, so.
Right.
Interesting to see Cloud9 kind of force through that after they get the kill. It's Cloud9 as a team, yeah, they push their advantages, but who can also show the ability to stop. Oh, fast again into C, and there's 3 players here.
2 now. Taco once again, first death.
Damn.
Leaf is up to 6 or 7 kills already, if I'm not mistaken.
Mate, Leaf is laughing so much the whole time there.
They're already starting to
That's incredible.
And save.
Yeah, I mean, no, the 2 targets.
Oh yeah, this is the big round. These 3 can't buy. And Lev are the kings of doing this. This is actually classic Lev. He goes to a big round, and instead of trying to do damage
of their own making,
they're just accepting this, and they're just going to give them 3,000 on every single person who's alive. Rooney doesn't need to buy anything. I mean, all that we need to rebuy is these. There's pretty much nothing here.
I thought it was at first just going to be
One of
Celsius,
these.
but you're right. Everyone's
They don't
looking
have to
for
rebuy anything, so their money's going to get so good. They can,
course of the
if they want to
meal
hunt,
that
which
was
they
made
are
out of
doing,
Leviatan in
which
the opening moment
for
of
sure
that
they've
round.
kind of checked into how Lev likes to play. Don't think they need to.
We'll see if they're able to keep
Like, they need
those
to make
weapons.
sure
You know,
that
I want to go
it's-
back to the taco conversation because I think
That they don't give kills
it's
away,
interesting
basically, is what I'm
to
saying.
see him on that raise where if you go back to the beginning of the season when Kesnet was
Okay,
on
perfect
Leviatan,
start
there
for
were
C9.
conversations
These kind of
around
rounds
Kesnet
is
versus
just,
Taco, who's gonna
for
play the
sure,
star role,
they
and
consider
is it
their own
going to
money.
be,
They can
using
potentially
both?
buy
Because
into
Taco
this one with one
historically
person
struggled
taking a
on
hit,
raise, so
but
for him to be
what it does
here
to the
with
enemy's
stakes
economy is
so
just
high
out of
on this
control.
role is just it's full circle.
Rooney rebought
really
armor on
interesting.
36, goddamn.
I think the conversation.
to see it.
I mean, the meta has shifted.
But
in
honestly,
such a
they
way
got
that
gifted
it is
so much
fine
money.
to lock Jet.
But yeah,
It's
that
fine
is a
to play
waste.
in that situation. So funny to see them shift. When again, I don't see too much of the combinations coming in through here. I was expecting an eco out of Leviatan here, but they seem to be adopting the light armor strat, which is very nice. Adaptation towards the end of the season.
Bulldog for Nasser. That's really it.
So with the 2-gun save, they're able to actually buy up here, and in a way that they honestly can get 3 hero rifles next round if they want to, even if they lose. But all the util popped.
Flash
by
goes
Shy
deep
immediately
from
here.
Lev to get a bit of
Yeah, he's left
info.
alone. All he's
Damn,
got is
Leaf
his
is
gun.
just
Wow.
hunting.
And Leaf's not going to be laughing
Didn't
at
he
that.
have
He
the
got
worst
2
gun?
easy kills last time, and I think he was starting to think that they were not going to be prepared against the Neon and the speed that he can break timings with. But right there, obviously he didn't use that to his advantage, but still goes down.
I think he had a rifle, he must
Looked
have.
like he did spot Celsius for just a moment. The Seekers are getting used from pretty far back. And I imagine Leviatan are going to want to use that to funnel out onto the side, off the back of the Paranoia, off the back of the Cabbages, follow and fill in on the space that's been left. Taco's still up in heaven.
Nice shot.
Never made his way out.
Oh, that molly's going to be great. It's going to get both.
But it's just Rooney.
That was
and
good.
King now.
Forces them out.
Both controllers. 1v1. Rooney. First shots go a bit wide. He's going to get a second shot at this. Unless King just sticks it the whole way. He's gotten it to half. He's gotten it 3/4 of the way. Pulls off
Damn.
and Rooney gets the 1v1.
Yeah, must. Kind of a must-win round for Lev there. They need,
You can't do that to
start
Rooney, the guy who is
start getting some
by
rounds.
just sticking the defuse so many times.
Yeah, he knows those timings.
Yeah, he just thought he just wasn't going to peek. He thought he was just not going to be a believer.
Players talk about how often they were just getting away with sticking because so many players were disrespecting it. So happy to see there, Rooney actually living up to
Yeah,
the
a little
word.
bit bold. Definitely a little bit of a bold one to go for a stick there.
Taco's struggling so
Didn't
far,
pay off this time.
and in ways
That's
that
one of those things where it's just like, if he
it's
gets it, we're just
certainly
like,
speaking to
damn,
his
what a
confidence
genius.
because
But
he's
if he
trying to take
loses
some of
it, we're
these
like,
fights,
what the?
and he's just not hitting
It's always
so
a
far.
thin line with that kind
And
of.
he's been involved in a
those
lot
kind of
of his
plays.
first engagements.
It's
You saw
so
him actually
fast
get
from
into position to
C9.
use the nade to clear there on the retake. So that's the part of place where you have to see him alive because otherwise it's not getting value from the boombot, from the nade. They swapped both anchors onto this side. This might be more difficult for Leaf to get through.
Do they have the utility that will pay
No
the
way.
He's
though.
already the first to fall.
How
He
is
just
he allowed
TP'd
to do
up.
that?
There was no flash to actually push King out.
Yeah, how is that?
King's trying
How is
to
that
battle
ever
and he
able to
still
happen?
loses.
Yeah, just complete disrespect. That's also the Jake that we've seen so many times this season that people have fallen in love with when you deliver in instances like that. There's plenty to love. You've got Mazzino who's starting to creep his way into the site, and as soon as he gets forward, he drops. Unable to survive in the pit. I don't know that Leviatan have a way into this.
No stopper. That's the way in. Is he going to use it, though? They have to play so far back, so he's expecting it and
Okay.
falls before even using it.
Ult never goes off, and now just 2 around. A Spectre, a Stinger, and they both find something. Rooney's left in this 1v1 again. Another clutch
Ooh.
situation, but Shy's not
Yeah,
gonna
no
have
time
time.
left.
There's no time here. Took way too long again.
Yeah,
Bring it
a
back
little
to
bit
that
slow
very
again.
first round. And the retake for Leviatan. How slow it was at coming back into that site on the beat. They gave up so much space. This time, they give up space in the form of the Viper's Pit, right? It's not necessarily like a whole site or anything like that. They're not losing map control, but they are losing the space that that pit controls. And I think they did a good job setting Taco up around the pit, where he double satcheled actually into that backside of the box, which is not covered. He clears some space that way.
Right, here we go. What can we get out of this by?
There's nobody ready for him to go.
Man, they're getting so wrecked. A lot of these rounds, they're kind of like
came to this map early on in the season.
Number-wise, sometimes they're close, but it's like it's just not fast enough. They don't even have a chance into a lot of these.
So good at just retaking.
Oh, they're gonna push all the way through.
Oh no.
He didn't check close. Yeah. Just didn't check close the two-person bait in.
They're reading the situation so well. I don't know what to say.
Swarm grenade.
They literally were postured for a push from the beginning of the round. He was already
yeah, they were literally ready for this.
Because of the
it was a very nice shot, though.
The omen smoke, all that sort of thing.
But even with the dog, when you're jumping, you gotta spin. Like when you're jumping, you have to spin around. A lot of teams are good at it. A little spin involved here probably saves this round.
Gonna take advantage of the fact that they have the numbers lead, and they're gonna go
that last initial jump, just flick your mouse around.
Courtesy of Jake Salt.
I mean, they're farming so many orbs too here.
Leaf uses his
God,
ult, who has no
he's
armor,
just gonna give it, isn't he?
I mean, look at how well they're zoning off. Any attempted an approach from Leviatan.
Look at the timing on that. As soon as he turns the corner, he's ready for it.
How much damage is he already getting?
They don't expect the luck as well. Is this one done?
Every time.
I mean,
why does it feel like this one's done?
To actually isolate Shy and force Nosword have to wide swing to catch up.
One enemy remaining.
Look at the confidence on them as well. Holy hell.
1v1, 1v2 situations late in rounds, but you think about the first 90% of the round, it's all Cloud9.
It's so fast, too. It's incredibly fast.
It is very fast, yeah. He's not wrong.
Most of the time, we've actually seen them starting on this defensive side. But now on the attack, you see it just as dominant. This team is just so good with this composition. And I mean, bringing it back to the beginning of that round, obviously, that was a slow approach. Obviously, they were looking to counter that A main pressure. But every single play out of Taco just gets denied. Yeah. Taco already has 3 first deaths.
He has as many kills as his team has rounds. He struggled.
All right, timeout comes in. Kind of feels like it's
and timeout's gonna have to try to
like
find
it's
a way
a
to
little
get
bit late on this almost.
Again, we've seen
but again, attack side,
sometimes he just comes
Lotus,
alive. But this is such
defense
a
side at least, like try and
now.
give some four rounds maybe.
A little bit on
you're in for it.
How he can actually find impact, because shifting that agent obviously has a big factor.
He's got a replay, yeah.
Cloud9 is denying
Problem is where
from him. The showstopper play is
it's not great. We can blame Prince. It's not actually him, but we can't blame Prince.
That would have been a free kill on LEV, by the way.
It's definitely the thing that they need to. Definitely for me, it's like the first priority of things that they need to improve.
Which is hilarious because Cloud9 has, in their roles, so many situations where the star duelist isn't even playing duelist. Like LEV doesn't play every single game as the Jet or the Neon. Sometimes Zeppa's coming in for that.
So and Prius is here today. He came in.
So much harder.
He came into chat today. But obviously Prius isn't in charge of replays.
This is brutal.
It's not his
for
fault.
A start here at Leviatan.
He's in charge of who we are here. Who we're on at the moment.
A bit scrappy, but Util's still there. And wow,
that is outrageously fast. What's going on here? Is it a jump peak or something?
Just use a little bit of speed to get there before Mazino really.
Mate, LEV just wants a duel every single round within the first 5 seconds.
See that on replay.
As soon as the gate went down, so did his HP. That was wild.
And they're already on the site. I mean, they're gonna plant here with 25 seconds into the round. That's absurd.
This might feel like the paciest of what we've seen so far.
And then they all into
so
it.
Quick on the trigger. They're so decisive.
Man, what happened to
go
LEV?
Back to the point you were making, it just feels like a staggering juxtaposition relative to how Leviatan have played things individually and as a unit.
And you have to imagine coming out of the timeout there, Owner's not going to be happy with that. None of the players are going to be happy with that. They had a plan to come back into this.
Yeah, they had a plan and they instantly got
And either those
Insta get
adjustments
picked off by
failed,
Leaf
or
within the first like 3 seconds of the
steps
round.
before getting even to those adjustments are still problematic. I have to see that first kill from Leaf because it was just so fast, staggering the speed.
Bang broke them, the 1v3.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a chance to look at it once more.
Did he not reload that entire round? What's going on there? Oh, the stun is disgusting too.
Jesus.
It's just nasty. It's a double pronged stun where it stuns up close and then also
Money's
deep
not
on
here
that
again.
shoulder peek angle. So Mazzino doesn't really know what to do because that's landing late. He's peeking into it, all of a sudden it hits him. And it gives him that split extra second.
I think
to
they
actually
showed this
find
done
the head.
earlier, right?
These little things from Cloud9.
Flash goes deep.
Again, when they see a gap
Flash
in the
for
protocol,
flash.
when they see a gap or a mistake happening from one of the teams, they're able to abuse it so well.
They just press into where it hurts.
Look
That's
at this,
another opener
though.
for Cloud9. Another
Oh,
instance in
man.
which Taco just has to watch the rest of the round. Leaf already with 2.
How many first kills he got so far?
He's up to 6 first kills in this
There
game.
we go. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, Leaf is just having his way with Leviatan.
That's wild.
How demoralizing can it be?
And it's just the beginning.
Leviatan are in a weird situation where it feels, I mean, they need to get a win out of these next two teams. It feels like the deck is stacked against them. They have Loud and Cloud9. And they've got to get a win to keep this like, in
the
their hands to
time-
clinch playoffs.
His
Otherwise, they're
timing is
going to tiebreaks.
incredible.
They have a chance to miss playoffs. They really do.
Nah, he's too
And right
good.
now,
He's
they're
15 and
getting
5.
dominated
We're
in
on
this first
round
map.
9. Round 9, 15 and 5, and he has 6 out of
demeanor
9
shifted so
possible
much.
first kills. What is going on?
You can see players on stage right now still trying to hype themselves up, but it's sheepish. Another save. At this point, Leviatan Classic.
And he just like walked, he just disregarded, disrespected the wall.
And he's doing it on all sides of the map. I mean, he's gotten a kill on C. He's gotten a kill first on A. Walks into B. It's like every single round you have to like readjust. Oh my goodness.
This stun's gonna hit, right?
Oh my goodness. Our B hold is not working against him. Let's put our Killjoy util there. And you can see, look, it's all stacked up there now.
Jesus, Seekers go in. Instant reaction from them is to dog over
Seekers
towards
walk instantly
B.
just to figure out,
They're not just
is
going to
this
run in,
actually-
though, are they? I mean,
we
they
push back
technically
this
can.
A-hit?
But they used the Trailblazer from Cloud9 to get all of that utility that you were just referring to. They've cleared out the turret and they weren't able to. Now
Okay,
they've cleared
they
the Nano
threw
and the
a
other alarm bot.
Killjoy Molly to break all the Killjoy
Wonder if
util.
Tulsa's
Doesn't break the
Nano
actual
there.
Molly itself, but it broke the alarm bot, so that's all that matters. So there's just
Leviatan
constant
close.
pressure here now.
Taco, not far off.
There we go. Oh, but the TP might get punished. Wow, he's actually taking the risk to go all the way back into A because Taco was left alone there. While the Viper wall was up, but he could have gotten sprayed down. Cover going out. And we finally have a round where Leviatan in advantage. They've taken down Zelsis.
Can they convert on it in a situation where Cloud9 really hasn't made a full commit to where they want to go? And that's
Oh my
gonna
God.
picks up a lot, man. A free kill like that,
But,
Paranoia
like,
to swing out and challenge Heaven,
How can he not?
forcing
they
Number
not?
to take a step back,
30 seconds
forcing
left.
Taco to
Surely.
join up with them.
Surely surely there's some communication that we're not watching this.
Is this another save? I mean, the
This
money's
point.
not great.
No, I mean, at this point, you have to be trying to take risks to win this.
This way.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. You can't play safely any longer. Staring at this deficit, Leviatan starting to work their way out into the site. Taco falls, but it's traded back, a 2v2.
2v2, they're both in the same place?
Rounds. They've been so decisive from Cloud9.
They're off of smoke yet. This is actually
Is this
tough.
a spamble angle? Oh, he's just off of it. He's just off of it. Mazzino down
Nice,
low.
he
gets
handled.
3.
Okay,
Leviatan
well,
are gonna get another
they managed to
round.
get the round in the end.
There's
Bit of
that
heroes from
patient
Mazzino.
retake with time
be honest,
and forcing
but,
your opponents
yeah.
to get stuck in their risks. Their Cloud9 goes deep into Heaven, and because of that, this smoke from Mazzino is, I mean, just beautiful. To recognize we've cleared everybody on site, and then as well,
Hearing the pings, you know, someone's tilted. Yeah, he was definitely pinging
away.
away.
Communication call.
He's definitely was pinging here, right, to be like, this is
Very
where I
nicely
died
done
from.
Leviatan.
How
Just
has
in
no one
time.
told me they can do this?
Even still, you're thinking, Cloud9 is so good on defense. They're still thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Go next.
it's an attack-sided map. If you're a LEV fan and you want some
same stun from before,
some hope.
and you can see that almost caught Mizzino.
Gotta go.
They're so quick at rotating once there is that A main pressure from the defense. Once they recognize there's a flash out of Nosworth and Mizzino, they're able to pivot so fast. And they've just pulled rotates off with 30 seconds into the round. Pressured and gotten info on all 3 sites. And Taco right now in trouble. He's alone on this B side. He has the alarm bot to play against.
Yeah.
But he's going to face up against the full force of Cloud9, and Leaf has been dominating him. 4-0 so far in those first engagements. For Leaf against Taco.
Poison's off.
Been tough sledding for him for sure.
This is their 3rd pivot right here, Doug.
Back to where they started, and back where Mizzino has been left the entire round. And he's instantly spotted.
I'm gonna be surprised to see them pivot again, but
Oh, they take that.
with the showstopper. 35 seconds. The crazy part is if you see any other team do this, you're saying this round is over. They don't have time. They have time.
I mean, they have ample time. That's not going to feel good, though.
This is a nice setup, though.
Still haven't been cleared. And Shy's able to hold them back. Lined up for him. It's just Jake now. He's got Spike, but he's being surrounded.
Okay.
He's going to get dropped.
I want to say a little 4 here.
And I love how
Little
Leviatan
4
played that
would be
round.
good.
Round in the half.
One of the great things they did, you saw it in the previous, where you actually had Zelsis walk up into B, they broke the turret, they broke the mollies, they broke the alarm bots. In this round, every single part
Overcooked a little bit here? Yeah,
was actually
just a little bit.
faced before they could go up and walk up and break util. So all these nanos are still here, the alarm bot's still on B, all that sort of thing was working for them, and then they still denied as well. That showstopper on A, key for Mizzino to spot for. Those protocols worked, and they put them together in a pinch because I don't think they're in their strat book at this point.
Well,
Taco is so far
that
up.
one missed.
He's so dead.
5-0.
Doesn't matter, though.
So numbers once again for Cloud9. The opportunity to close things out in 9-3 half. Leviatan have Shy's lockdown to work with.
So close.
Dealt some damage.
Hey, that's
Now they
what's
know
up.
where
Good to
Mizzino
see.
is.
XOZ as
Try
well.
to deal with
What's
him
up, what's up?
accordingly. Meanwhile, if the timing is right on the
Oh,
swing
gosh.
from stairs, it could be good.
He's not
There it
going for it.
is.
Honestly, the
Oh, I think he
HPs,
just got spotted. The pit's gonna go.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that pit
I
was
wanted
gonna
to
go
believe for a little bit.
down. Talk about timing
What
on a
is that
swing.
pit? Look at the pit though.
Yeah,
What
look at
is
this
that?
Viper roll.
He placed it on the rope and it's going into spawn.
Yeah, that's a wonky one.
and there's a little area for you to hide
Cloud9
here.
just seems so
This is a
drilled and so
sick
disciplined
Viper
right
roll.
now. The timing
They're
off
just
the
showing
swings
off with
that
this
they're
one.
taking around each other's gorgeous.
Switching sides.
They just have a
Wasted
beat on
it here.
things.
They wasted it.
This is such a dominating half. You're right. They've got a read on it.
Damn, look
the
at it.
players are playing well. Not ready yet. Everything flowing for them.
Still a couple smiles from
Three and a
Cloud9,
pistol,
or from Leviatan, excuse me.
and a
Earlier, we
bonus and a
spoke with
fast
King.
buy, and then they're
Speaking
kind of
of
back
which,
in
to
it.
get his take on the opposition today, the #1 NA squad, Cloud9. Take a listen.
Yo sabía que tenían un core fuerte, que son Cepa, LEV y Celsius, son jugadores muy buenos. Y cuando añadieron a sus dos nuevos jugadores, que son Jake y Rooney, creo que todos, literal, todos quedaron sorprendidos con la sinergia que lograron como equipo y nada, ahora se ven uno de los equipos más fuertes de la liga y nada, motivados para enfrentarlo. Les tengo mucho respeto a todos los players y eso, que vamos a darlo todo, que sea un buen partido y nada, necesitamos esa victoria, así que vamos con todo.
It's interesting to listen to King talk as you see him on screen again, the leader for Leviatan, and his expectations of Cloud9 and how they have surprised everyone, including Leviatan, including all the players, on how well they've performed throughout the year, and now they find themselves on the receiving end of this this cocktail of Cloud9 just dominance.
Yeah. I mean, you hear the respect constantly given from Leviatan to some of these other
In
teams.
halftime, yeah, everyone can talk.
It was the respect they garnered
Everyone's allowed
themselves.
to
but,
talk.
I mean, just to get back to what he was
Polak.
saying, yeah, nobody expected
Polak,
the
thank you so
synergy.
much. Appreciate
The
you.
level of play from Cloud9
3 months in the
is
Slug Club.
so crazy given the
Lord
situation
of Gifted
that
as
they
well.
had at
Thank
the
you so much
beginning
for
of
all
the
your
season.
support, mate.
That's so far
Thanks
behind
for using
us now
Prime on me.
that we see the scoreline and we say, yeah, this is normal. It's normal. 9-3. And something I was trying to get at the beginning of this too, in that first half, is
How was
that
the half?
attack side from Cloud9.
Pretty
Normally they're
dominant.
starting on defense,
Kind of feel like Lev.
and we get things like we get the stats.
Is it
on
harsh to say that
defense.
Lev should be happy with 3?
They're the best
'Cause it was very
defensive
dominant.
team on this map. They're so good at their retakes. Best retake percentage in the league. Best on the gun rounds. Everything. Best. Because this is an attack-sided map. But they always come out with dominating halves. Last week we had that ridiculous one from them when they went up against MIBR. There's just little chance here. Let's see what Leviatan can do. Because like
Okay,
you're saying, still
here we
smiles on
go.
that side.
Where the believers
a
at.
long way
Going
to
over
go.
towards the B side that's empty.
Not only on this map, but in this series.
Not for long. 2-person.
Now
2-person
the
rotate.
Trailblazers are going to be the first on site with Taco satcheling close behind.
Yeah, it's nice. They get
So
through the
dying
choke when
out
they go
on
into
E,
sight,
haven't
so
finished
looking
this
pretty
fight
good.
played out, but you see the Nanos
Managed to get a good
already
plant
set up
down.
to defend against the
4 bits
defuse.
of map control we
That dog
got.
got way farther than it should have.
Oh god, just the
And
one?
there's no map control here from Leviatan. They're going to have to go for late A flanks.
Yeah, late A.
which
So a lot of this is on Jake
Cloud9 are
expecting
actually
a
putting out
wrap
already
around.
to sight.
They've already taken care of the Nanos that were there. Actually, you see it popped, but if they're
Jake
not
just has to
pacey
watch
on
behind,
this,
really.
Cloud9 are going to flood out before Leviatan knows
Someone's
hit
gonna
them.
They have to
watch.
fight through a Viper wall right now. They have to rely on Taco's nade as the last line of defense, and he's down.
This is what so much time for that flank
Honestly?
that you mentioned just a few seconds ago. King's timing is great. Shine's close by. And Zeppo with 10 HP and
Nicely handled.
Way
Yeah, I
too many
like this in the end.
targets.
They didn't have much map control like me and Bala said, but then this idea to go all the way around. The only way to kind of win this was for Jake to smoke the spike and then for them to call and kind of read this early that they were going to go all the way around.
We're trying to flank A by
Damn.
the time they took the site.
That's how we got the double.
That they thought for sure there's something else going on here, and they wanted to fight the post plant head on. But honestly, if they had just waited it out, put their Viper wall up, they would have gotten that round. Instead, they challenge and they lose a lot in the process. And they lose the pistol.
And they kind of,
Leviatan with a
Going
full
in
not
for
beat by here.
the-
2 rifles, 2 ghosts, 1
yeah,
Spectre.
going in for the ghost. They're trying to
They're
focus
looking
on the
to
next
balloon
round.
this pistol round win into coming back into this game. They've done a lot of work
Yeah,
on the
they're trying to
economy
focus pretty heavy on the
management.
bonus, to be honest. This is going to be 4
To be able to
rifles.
fight in situations like this, you could tell the approach is different.
there's that one Vandal dealing some damage. Early exploratory mission by Zelsis gets turned away. It just seems like they're holding. You see where King is playing, making sure there's no one pushing rubble. You have Shy who's waiting, making sure there's no one pushing mid, and they just dropped
Good
an
amount of
alarm bot
info.
too. So you imagine he's going to want to move off of that position here very shortly.
It's nice from Lev as well, just again cutting sound.
Josh did a telestrator
be anywhere
breaking
right
down
now because
the
of that.
timings of Leviatan. On this one, it's
Another
not
game
so
after this?
much on
Nah, it's just the
composition,
one
it's
and
not so
done
much
tonight
about
for
the
Americas.
recyclable cooldowns of the Sova Dart or the breach fault line like you was talking about on Haven, but it's more about the fuel and the cycles for them to have all that up.
Dude, Rooney.
Whoa.
How on earth did Rooney get that kill?
As long as Leviatan are able to recover the 2 rifles, everything is okay when it comes to this sort of round and approach from them. But they must stay alive with 2
Spike
to
planted.
keep those up.
Last player standing.
Rifle finding value. as we were
25
just
HP.
saying. So they have one. They have a
Target's
position to
destroyed.
pick up the other.
Monster's actually going all the way waterfall right now.
Down
The
here.
gun is down inside of B-Link. And that's where he's coming back right now to pick it right back up. Oh my goodness.
Almost. Armor rebuy,
So it's not
armor
clean,
rebuy.
but it's
2 of
not
them
the
had
worst
pistols, so not
situation
too
in the
bad.
world.
But
One
yeah, a
player
little bit
might not be able
close.
to buy up. 'Cause again,
In the
only
end,
2
it doesn't
players with
actually cost them
pistols.
too much, but oh, nice shot.
I mean, that is nasty from Rooney. Happy we got to see that.
Enemy remaining.
It's really good damage though.
Trailblazer took him down, but I mean, you take 2 already? And we actually haven't even seen in this Cloud9 getting a thrifty round win because we haven't needed it on that first half. It was so dominant. So Leviatan withstanding, but you see some factors there. MC actually calling a timeout late here. Surprising little thing. But okay, we'll take it.
All right.
And I think I'd be happy with that eco round.
Very early for a timeout.
As if I'm not, they had two. They had a Phantom and a Vandal and a Bulldog too.
Spectre.
Oh,
yeah.
Spectre. None of that got picked up. So as you mentioned, it was just those 2 rifles carried over, which was the main goal. But you're right. I'd be happy with how that round turned out too, all things considered.
I think here Cloud9.
Yeah, MC can hear the comms.
Looking to shift up the defensive side.
So yeah, if you don't like what they're
And also
talking
maybe
about,
MC instilling a sense of
can
let's
kind
just
of
close this out as fast as
do a
possible.
pause and change it. But a lot of times you have to do your pause
falling into a
relatively
trap.
early,
A lot
like
of
within
times
the
when you're in
first
such a
20.
lead, it's like, okay, we got
But a lot of the
time
time
here.
the call's
We
made
got
before
plenty
then,
of
so it's
time.
fine. Daxolotl, thank you so much, mate, for 4 months.
The best
Thank you
idea
for the
is
tier
to
1.
say, let's close
Can
this
keep it
out
hear the
as
comms as
fast
well?
as
Yeah.
possible. Do as much as you can.
They can all
Because
hear the
then that
comms.
mental doesn't start
Again,
to
for
get
some
into
reason different
other
in
patterns where
Pacific and
start
America's
to
the
slow.
EMEA. Don't ask why. Don't really know.
Again, 4 rifles here. I said
EMEA is fine
one
now.
player
Oh,
wasn't gonna be
okay,
able to
so we
ride that
actually
Schnauzer, he's got a stinger, but they've
we got
all
that
got
changed.
light armor, so the staying power for Leviatan is very nice here.
It's pretty cool.
And actually, no player on Cloud9 is picking up a Phantom, so that is
Okay,
quite
confirmed from
interesting.
Mini. EMEA is the same now.
Especially because the prep coming into this game, Leviatan was not a light armor team for the most part.
Been battling coach for 2 weeks now. Okay, I like it.
If I remember correctly, they were situationally going for light armor in situations where they needed some buffer economically.
Poison's off.
But for the most part, it wasn't accruing a bank with it. It wasn't going for it, especially not on rounds like this, the bonus. But they've got a lot here. They're not only still bonusing, but they've got firepower for days. Honestly, to match Cloud9. Other than that stinger, and there we go, Taco.
Jesus.
That is first.
That is his first duel win against Leaf. And it's a nice one too.
I mean, yeah,
Perhaps
it's a big
an
one.
indicator of things to come.
Out
You
of all the
still
ones
find
he could have
yourself down
picked,
4
this is a
rounds,
great
but
one.
Having the numbers advantage here
Win the
certainly helps
bonus,
things.
break their econ. Well, not break it, but
30 seconds left.
send him down to an
Paranoid
eco.
to clear out tree, and they're going to funnel in behind it. The Trailblazer clearing out backside as well, so they've done a really good job, at least it looked like, of using utility to clear the site, but you just haven't covered your flank.
And I think Shy needs to take that fight through that Viper wall there on Jake falling back.
Keep an eye on the time.
Mazino's all the way in backside A right now.
Oh my
10
goodness, you're
seconds
right.
left.
They're going to funnel in right behind him. And Mazino was entirely undetected.
And actually, with that context, I actually love what Shy did because now he has the opportunity to flank them.
It's just going to be slow.
Nice
though.
shots.
Such good movement from King there.
Enemy remaining.
The round's going to be over before Shy even gets a chance to have an impact on it.
Toxin screen down.
Rooney's in a 1v3. He's got a Vandal and a Molly.
And they've fallen back into such good positions too. Shy doesn't even need to go and show that he's willing to flank like that. Instead, falls back to just drop
Right,
a molly on the
decent.
spike.
Going up.
Rudy has way too many things he has to check. Chooses to wide swing into that to try to take the fight, but King gets a third on the round.
It's tough there, actually, if you're Taco trying to stick close to King because King is playing such wide off angles consistently. But it's a great round from him. Look at this movement
Pretty
from
good.
him.
And the fact they
You
kept
heard
so
all
many
the
rounds
messages
alive as well.
Before this game started about how difficult it is for him to be hit. He's not sticking close to that box, mostly because that box is spammable, but also because it gives him a better off angle, and he's jiggling. Just pressing the strafe keys back and forth while he's even shooting.
It's on. I'm not calling it
The
yet.
words that Stella
I'm not
used were
fully
Michael
convinced
Jackson
yet.
moonwalking his way. And I get it. I see the resemblance. I wouldn't want to try to shoot that guy either.
Here's a classic
Push
Cloud9
over
eco
towards
round. I
A.
said
We've
they
got
didn't have
the
many
close range guns.
to
Oh
go
god.
for in that first half, and here's the first kill for
Oh
Rooney.
boy. Searching
times
alone, going
King.
through a wall against an eco.
And he picks up
That's
a
a
Vandal
gun.
because of that too. Just for free.
That's your Viper down.
He just abused. That's the sort of thing right there. That's King's Viper wall. Rooney just runs into it and uses it to actually destroy him and pick up a gun where he's not even able to be isolated from the rest of the team. Shy just confirmed that he did get that weapon.
Shadows traveling.
And now Leviatan are in trouble because this is Cloud9. We say it every single week is winning more than a third of their eco rounds.
There.
This has the makings.
It's an
of another,
okay
especially
setup
when you
here. It's more of a
consider
kill
that
than
they wanna
info,
go
though.
towards B, and that's where all of Zelsis' utility resides.
That's the info. This is the kill setup.
Able to clear out some of it.
Yeah, they get
Molly's
nothing
through
for it because they
through
don't
Taco,
puff over
Satchel
towards the
just
middle of
waiting
the
for us.
site.
Zelsis playing on the outside of the smoke,
C9
waiting for help.
30 seconds.
have
There's
a
the
lot
help.
of
The
people
help
here.
falls.
Omen Flash
Read
goes
through
in, but they
Waterfall,
don't do
and
anything
actually
with
get
it.
denied because the good util from Leviatan there. And they're not relying on post plant here. They're playing up close, which gives them the opportunity to give
Jesus.
up guns.
That's so big. Rooney finding the person intended to control the flank. You've got Jay close by with him. They're going to funnel out onto the site.
Player standing.
Man, that entry from
There's
Lee.
no way.
He's so good.
Where deals with that.
Either way, he's one tapping and getting entries, or he's just making sure that their crosshairs are so
a
far
Cloud9
away from the
classic.
choke point that they're always going to get traded.
We've got to see at least 2 of those in map, especially when close, but
One enemy remaining.
their eco round win rate is legendary at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
Legendary.
It's very high.
I haven't seen anything quite
This
like
one
it.
was kind of gifted
And
a
it's
little
such
bit, though.
unique way to go for it,
Lot
too.
of
They just have such
individual-
2 strong sheriff players, and then the
lot of
rest of them
individual
just support
plays
them
for
with
it.
stingers. Ridiculous.
MC's
For
getting
reference,
involved again.
that over a
Okay.
third round win rate with eco is so crazy because the round win rate between 2 even teams you'd expect to be 50%, right? 30% when you don't even have weapons.
Yeah, that's just silly.
And I'm starting now to have to come up with different ways to explain that because we've done it over and over every single series. 30%, double the average, yada, yada, yada. And Leviatan's a team who's familiar with that too. They're so good at eco rounds. And maybe that's why
Three
it's been
times
so
out to
long
each.
for them coming to actually go for
2
this light armor
timeouts per
strat.
team.
But that's going to give them a chance here that I didn't think was actually possible given that first half.
MC calling the second timeout of the map for them. Still up 4, and again, it was off of that thrifty round win. MC saw something he didn't like, so they choose to call a timeout, and much like the conversation was in the previous timeout, how do you close this thing out here? How do you get out of this? The thrifty round may have been the spark that they needed to get them past the finish line.
Yeah, but another classic
Do you
fashion
think
too,
eco
MC
guns in this
calling it
game
right after they win.
are
too.
good, or do you wish it was harder to
And that's
thrifty?
an element
I
of-
kind of like it, to be honest. I
Let's
think a
let
lot
them
of it's
think
down
about
to
what
like
just happened,
util
because it
as
shouldn't
well.
have. Let's let them think about the fact that we just got
I think
eco.
it's just the thing with this game is there's so much you can do with it that it's
It's interesting here, they feint aggression.
you can thrifty a lot.
Leaf
I think
was
it's so
far
fine.
back.
I
Right
think
at
if
the
anything,
beginning,
teams
Jake
just
is
don't
stunned.
use the
Second
the
first
little
kill for
guns
Taco.
as much as they should.
Important for this guy to continue to have that confidence. And it's something that's hilarious to mention because obviously he's tweeted about how he's not comfortable on stage and whatnot, but over and over, he just continues and continues and continues to take his shot.
That's good info.
Whether he's playing Jet, whether he's playing
Yeah,
Race,
this
he's
is
the guy
nice.
who's
In terms of the
always
person
doing
to
what
go
his team
down,
needs,
killing
which is
the
double
Omen
sapsuit,
is
which
great
diving.
as well.
Dashing forward into his smokes, whatever it might be, he's always doing it no matter the situation. And that's commendable. But it needs to end in results too. And this round, great from Taco.
Rooney's still playing towards
Can't
C.
use that yet.
He's got the pit too, so you imagine if there's just a little bit of contact, you can choose
He's
to
got double molly as well.
drop it,
Double
play
molly at 30
stay grounded,
seconds.
stay alive.
The timing on this
And his
fuel,
smoke
he has
here.
to wait for so long because it was just using both wall and orb.
Seekers, Molly.
I mean, they have to pivot away, right?
they can't get through
He has
that.
I mean,
another
this is
molly.
kind of okay because
Yeah, they have to go
to get
B.
the fuel. And they're going to pivot actually. Mazino with the... Was that molly just being popped preemptively?
Look at how far Taco is. He's going to clear out all of the Seekers, but Zelsis is going to clothesline him from the side.
Can they get the plan? I don't think so. No flash, though.
Shinos were going to try to do it on their own. Time is short, health was short, resources were low.
What just happened on that molly? I thought that was such a nice position for Mazino to TP. And also, kind of ingenious, too, because the breakable door wasn't broken yet. And also, Mazino has been going for constantly very obvious TPs in the past. Josh pointed one out on Haven, but here on this map, he's constantly going back C. So to see it not paired with that execute and then to come in after the execute makes me wonder. It just got killed because of a molly placed inside of that link. I'm shocked that that worked out for Cloud9 there.
Cover going
Well, it felt like pure happenstance, but no.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen it again, but Not going to be the case.
Casters are starting to get annoyed at the replays.
Get him in there.
Okay, they get another fast kill.
Last round, they actually lost after one of those early entries.
Another
from Taco.
fast kill.
Ooh, King's in trouble.
Okay, that's
He almost
great.
gets 2 there.
Cloud9 are doing a really good job actually nullifying King. You remember back to that eco, just walking way in front of his wall. But they do lose one. And this situation becomes difficult for the defense. And already Rooney's being proactive about it. Zeppa, Leaf being proactive about
Little
it.
gamble
running
over towards
all
C,
the
and we're
way
going to
back
go A.
stack
This is
C.
very nice.
And Rooney with
Especially
a
after
great
C9
off-angle
just
down
won a
in B
round.
main, but
Gives
Leviatan
them
looked
a
to be
1-9
making the
loss
right choice
bonus,
here.
but their money's
Grouping
still
up his
good.
fort. And they have so much info util as well to feel out the stack. It just has to start happening a little sooner. Not necessarily in this round, but in rounds in the future because they're running out of time often. Re-exploration for Cloud9 might cue them into the made the wrong choice a little earlier than we might have expected.
30 seconds left.
Zeppa's full utility for the retake attempt, so we'll see how things pan out.
All coming in the back here. Turret's gonna spot them.
Nasr does get the spike down, and the lockdown's invested instantly. Leviatan pushing their way forward because they want to take the fight into rubble, into mound. It's a 1-for-1.
One enemy remaining. Last
How's
player
Messino left in
standing.
this?
TP out.
Rooney dancing in and out of it. Now having to go forward.
Oh my goodness.
Tucking in his smoke
40
just
HP.
on the lip of it. It was 40
Oh my
HP, not able to
goodness,
land
how?
the shots. Rooney with another massive play
How,
for
though?
Cloud9.
And that one is
Mom, Honor must be losing his
Unfortunately,
mind watching some
the
of this
dagger.
stuff.
Because it's 6 rounds for Leviatan to come back into now, and
Oh,
ay, ay, ay. I like the Mazzino couldn't take the risk to run through that smoke or walk through that smoke because of what Rooney did, right?
Right,
Just
exactly.
randomly spray. He was so low HP. So he played on the edge of it and wants to use the timing to fight him. And as soon as those shots fire,
Right,
Mazzino
6
thinks
chances
he might be dead, so he
to close
has
this
to
one out.
swing. But if he's
Hopefully
just a
Haven
little
looks a
bit more
little
patient,
bit better.
Rooney might think that he went
They
into
have the
A
man
side. He's
advantage
actually
all
running
the
out of
time,
in
at
that
least on
situation.
the
I think
attack.
the biggest mistake, though,
On defense, they were
not
getting picked off
recognizing
all
in
the
time
time by
that
Leaf.
flank
But
was coming and it was going to be coming by so many people. Because they put the lockdown
at least we
in
didn't
plain
stop
view of
believing
everyone.
because they lost every single round
And because
after
of that,
that.
they have to overcommit to fight.
Up to someone
Cloud9
else.
have sent 3 down A main already, and the Trailblazers hot to trot. They're following behind it. That's going to put a lot of pace into Leviatan's hit.
Damn.
First kill
Rooney's
again.
down.
Here we go, there's the first kill again.
Fast flank again. How do they deal with it? Is there going to be a flash to fight Mound?
There's still 2 there. Leaf trying to push forward.
Jesus.
They're trying to blind
Oh,
pass
the
the
flashes.
wall.
Oh, the mouse bug.
Blind.
Player standing.
Pure
Okay.
chaos.
Sure. We'll start counting down. 6 down to 5. 5 chances left for C9.
And there's still life here. Despite match point for Cloud9.
We get 1 a day. We get 1 a day from the people that we
There's
watch.
still life.
The mouse
Everything,
bugs.
honestly, in these early rounds is working really well for
coming
Leviatan.
back.
Taco's gotten 3 first kills in a row. They're finding the right side of the map, honestly.
put that mouse in
in
the
that
bin.
last round, they went to the A side after having a 4v3. Which, again, constantly favors the attackers. But just multiple instances now where it just slips away. And finally, one converts.
Zelsa stays alive. Will carry the lockdown into the next round. Leviatan still with a lot of work to do. You take it around at a time, you may see an opportunity for this. This fight was so scrappy.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah,
Honestly,
left it good
if that wall
to
from
to
Leaf,
realize
that
there were numbers
fast
here and
lane
just
actually
send it with 4 people
connects.
though.
He throws
That
that,
was-
a little
that was
higher
good.
in the instance. Obviously,
Again,
it was
I'm very
blinded up, so
confident
it's
that all you
done.
need is this
It-
map
the rest of
control.
the
If you
defense
get
not
this
able to
plant,
swing on B main
obviously
there,
you want
or
to have
C
some
main,
kind of map
excuse me.
control here so that you can fight him off a
They're
little
not
bit.
able to swing and help out of Mound without
Don't
wide swinging
overthink it.
into the unknown. And they're forced an eco here from
What's
Cloud9.
up, Can? How we doing?
Obviously, one
Sorry,
weapon
mate, I
saved in
didn't
that
see it.
last. And also, it looks like a hero rifle bought up too.
They have 5 ults. They just got Zeppa's online. So they have an abundance of tools to try to close this one out. What they may lack in guns, they have an extra firepower.
Look at this round too.
Japan? I don't think so.
Zeppa just flashed into A main.
There's a
Didn't see
small
anything, and
chance,
Leaf
but I'm pretty
ran
much
all the way
leaning
back
towards
over to
it's not
C.
going to happen. But it's so fun. Either way, I'll be
Interesting smoke
streaming.
from Jake too. As soon as that revolving door gets tapped, he's worried about the pivot.
I need to
And
be
this
up
might
10
be finally
early
Leviatan
tomorrow. We'll have 10
actually
minutes after
using
games. Yeah, potentially
Cloud9
if you
strength
can,
against them.
if you're lucky.
They're just all starting to rotate back so quickly.
Jesus, what's with their sheriffs?
What is this? They've got
What's with sheriffs? What's
got
with them
something
on the
special.
ecos getting the
Magic.
fast kills? Keeps happening.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, it works. That's now 3 rifles that they have, too. Jake just picked one up off the kill with the Sheriff. The pick goes down C. All attention towards A. And Leaf is here. He's close on sight, and he has that ult. I wonder if that's a cue for them to go. Leaf just jumps out with a stinger.
There's gonna be maybe 2 detained here. No,
Oh
0.
god.
They're going to push into the pit.
Right on the edge.
It's such a low time.
And it works out. Taco and King getting 2
2v5.
kills, so numbers still
Gotta
favor
pull this one
Cloud9,
back.
but now
1v
King alone.
1v3. Spike down.
Spike didn't even get planted.
And with 13 seconds left, he's got to make a decision. He's got to do so quickly.
10 seconds left.
It's just out of reach. Zealous is waiting on the other side of the wall, and soon it goes down. He's caught jumping.
He can grab it.
4 seconds.
Oh.
He's got time.
He's in the open.
Rooney.
Oh.
Oh.
Defenders win.
Yep.
A brutal spot to be in.